Friends, in the second session on scheduling and sequencing, we will explain you about the learning curves. We will also describe their application. Our effort in this session is you to understand various types of scheduling techniques and their applications in the industry. We will also explain you the importance of planning process and the various ways to improve. If we see learning curves, means a curve from which we can learn something. Now, first we should understand what is the role of learning curves. The concept of learning curve came into the picture with the hypothesis that as the experience of worker or labor increases, their skill to produce the products increases correspondingly. In other words, we can say that an experienced worker are more skillful than a new worker or the new worker. Another term which is related to learning curve is the experience curve, and it is very closer to the industrial application. According to the experience curve, as the production increases, the requirement of worker decreases. It is very important concept, and in almost all the industry it prevails. The behavior of learning curves, which we are showing you with the help of this figure. You just see, this is a typical learning curve. You have a number of units and your amount in rupees. Learning curves is a simple line that is plotted between the number of units produced and the time consumed to produce one unit. That will give you the learning curve. Now there are different learning approaches. On the basis of their applicability, the learning curves is classified into two parts. One is called the individual learning and second one is called the industrial learning. Individual learning shows an improvement in individual performance in producing any units or products. This is accompanied by gaining of efficiency from their experience. Industrial learning follows the punchline is the practice makes a man perfect. That means whatever we are saying, if the person is more experienced, he will be more skilled, he will be more perfect. However, the factors such as initial starting level, the rate of learning made a significant impact on the individual performance. The impact of these factors on the performance of any individual that we will try to explain you in the coming figure. In this figure, you will find that the learning curves of different employees are compared on the basis of initial starting level and the learning rate. We have one employee, that is employee A, is having a higher starting level but the rate of learning is good, whereas an employee B process a low decreasing rate but have a lower starting level. Finally, employee C process possesses both a lower initial starting level and very high slope of decreasing learning rate. Since both factors are significant, obviously employee C performance will be preferred as a first choice. After that it has been analyzed, the greater starting level can be made up by further decrement in the learning curve. But if the learning rate is not with the state of art, then it cannot be improved. On the basis of above analysis, employee A will be preferred as a second choice. You just see this figure. We have drawn for 3 employees for their comparison. On the other hand, industrial learning is influenced by individual learning as well as the changes in equipment, production, style and administration. Industrial learning is very important as a competition perspective, and therefore all the firms have adopted this in order to withstand in the customer market. In industrial learning, knowledge plays a significant factor to determine the performance of the industry, as good and sufficient knowledge leads towards the improvement. Insufficient knowledge can depreciate the performance and thus leads to infeasibility. Learning curves are based on 3 assumptions. The first assumption says the time required to complete a new task will always be less than the time undertaken by the previous task to complete. The unit time taken by any firm to produce the products will always show a decreasing pattern. The decreasing pattern of time can be easily calculated. The percent reduction in time is used to calculate the percentage learning. Suppose any firm has reduced the production time by 25%, it means the firm possesses the 75% learning. Nowadays, the concept of learning curves is widely accepted. Many firms have used the concept of learning curves and enjoyed the benefits in terms of reduction. Friends, we are discussing about the assumptions on which the learning curves is based. Many firms have used this concept of learning curves and they have enjoyed the benefits in terms of reduction in production cost and reduction in production time also. There is one example of HP company, Hewlett Packard company, which has used the concept of learning curve in their product, that is thermal inkjet printers. What they have done? They have applied the strategy of producing low volume, high price product. Means they have gone for a low volume for thermal inkjet printer. As a result, when this information passes, other firms which are in the business of computer and printer, they start competition with HP by producing the same component. Example of competitors are Canon, Lenovo, your Samsung. They are the competitors. Till that time, the learning curve of HP came down and now they are capable of producing the same product in large volume but at a lower cost. In this way, By using a learning curve, they have maintained their monopoly in thermal inkjet printers. There can be various ways to develop learning curves on the basis of available data, such as logarithms, arithmetic tabulation, and some other curve fitting methods defining the progress report of any industry. The improved performance in terms of output I have shown in two figures which I am going to show you. This is a figure that is industrial learning based on output and average input. This gives you a progress curve on unit time or the cumulative time that we have shown in terms of time per unit item. Now, how you will plot the learning curves? As mentioned earlier, there can be various ways to plot and therefore to understand the learning curves. Firstly, the explanation of exponential curve as an arithmetic procedure I have defined in the following slide. In this approach, the column of unit is obtained by doubling the rows. Just like one row, then multiplied by 2, 2 divided by 2, 4. We are just doubling it. And their corresponding cost or time is obtained by multiplying with the learning curve. In case of 80% learning, the time or the cost of utilized second unit will become 85% of the first unit. The following figure will show you a typical learning curve with 75% learning, 85% of learning, and 95% of learning. This figure will provide you, in case of logarithm plot, the unit curves are linear throughout the range, whereas cumulative curves made linear up to some certain point only. Now let me ask you a certain question, that how learning curve is essential to both industry and individual levels. You should give some suitable example so that you can differentiate the two learning curves. Now, how you will plan and improve over the time. The planning period on the basis of time involved planning is classified into three parts. First is your long range planning, medium range planning, and finally short range planning. The planning of long range planning is of 1 year, or in other words, the total planning horizon is of 1 year. Medium range planning, that is planning horizon, lies in the range of 6 to 12 months. While short range planning, that is 1 week or the 1 day. Now, what are the role of planning process in manufacturing? In manufacturing industry, planning plays a vital role. The flow of planning process in manufacturing industry can be given with the help of a flow chart, which I am going to show you in the next slide. There are various tasks which are to be conducted or to be fulfilled related to the planning activities, just like planning control group, master production schedule, rough capacity planning, then material requirement planning, then order scheduling, and how they are related with other. You will just go through this slide. This will give you the complete picture of the task under the planning activities. The determination of technology and the procedure required to produce any product comes under the process planning activities. Strategic capacity planning process dealt with long-term capabilities of overall production system. For serving the manufacturing, aggregate planning process is responsible. For understanding of the planning process, all activities related to planning are given in the figure which I am going to show you. The detailed description of major planning activities we will show you in the figure. From this figure, it should be clear to you about the role of different planning activities in different planning periods. You just see, one is your short range, medium range and long range planning, process planning, capacity planning, aggregate production planning. When you come to the medium range planning, then production scheduling and order scheduling and the customer scheduling comes under the short range planning. Now, what is hierarchical production planning? Organizational chart of any industry is displayed by a hierarchical production planning. We have discussed aggregate production planning. Various inputs required for the production planning are given in the figure which I am going to show you in the next slide. You just see production planning, behavior of competitor, availability of raw material, demand pattern, economic condition, production activity, inventory level, work pressure, physical capacity, external capacity, all this comes as an input to the production plan. Now, to recall all the discussion, I am asking you a question. What are the various activities or the steps involved in the planning process of the manufacturing industry? In the earlier session, we have learned the importance of learning along with some of the plotting techniques. We have also discussed the role of planning and control in the industry and different planning and control system we have discussed with suitable examples and relevant figures. We have also defined what are the activities or inputs required for the production planning. The concept of learning curves, which we have discussed, is come with the hypothesis that as the experience of worker / laborers increases, their skill to produce the products increases correspondingly. Thank you.